with another big day championship wrestling. David?
Opening match today, a single match. You will see Eddie Gilbert and Missy Hyatt in here. That's just early in the program. A little bit later on, you'll see Eddie's dad and brother, Doug Gilbert and Tommy Gilbert, will be in a tag team match. Yeah. We'll have Nightmare Ken Wayne. Ricky Nelson will be here. Also, you'll see a 6-man tag team match, and the Bruise Brothers, Ron and Don, will be going against Max Payne and gorgeous Gary Young in what should be a big expiration of time main event.
Yeah, that in particular, because Brother Ernest has said, you know, if his boys don't win, he's going to throw $1,000 out to the folks right here.
That's right. Get ready.
So you better be cheering for the Bruise Brothers. That's all I can tell you. In addition to that, I'm going to be calling the King today, and we'll get a little update on what his condition is, what his future plans, and that sort of thing. We got all that. Hey, I guess we better get into it right now. We'll take time out. Be back into action in just a moment. Okay.
There we go.
Messed my telephone up. Pardon me. I was trying to get out of there and got the son of a gun. Guy that I haven't seen in a long, long time, you son of a gun. You've been up in logging camps and everything else, Jerry Jarrett. You've seen him about the last time that I saw him. Jerry, we're really delighted and honored to have you down here with us today. You have been keeping busy in the woods. You got a logging operation going on.
Yeah, I sure do, and I've been having a lot of fun. I want to say hello to the fellas that are up there. Well, they'll probably be in the woods today and won't see it, but I've met 2 awful nice guys in Tommy and Don Bowes, and they're just tough as a hound's tooth and cut down trees and snatch them out with their bare teeth. You know? We had wrestling stories, now we have logging stories.
I think you got a little bark on your teeth there. You've been biting them teeth. Yeah. You've been biting them trees down yourself. Huh?
Yeah. What I wanted to come down and tell the people here, it's very hard for our own Lance Russell here to toot his own horn.
Oh.
But he is the best there is at what he does in the whole country.
Thank you.
Now that's, although I concur, that's not just my opinion, but Lance was voted for the 4th consecutive year the best announcer in the country by the wrestling fans of the country. And I'm here today to present the trophy to Lance. And Lance, I sincerely take a lot of pressure. You and I have known how great you were for a lot of years. Now the rest of the world does.
Jerry, I really appreciate it. And thank you. I really appreciate the fans that participated. That's why it's very special. But hey, I'm delighted with this. But I'll tell you something that I really am delighted about. That, again, the CWA Championship Wrestling Program, Jerry, your program, was voted the best wrestling program in television for 1987. And that's something I think we're all proud of.
Well, we're really proud of it. And the one thing I want you to remember, that for every Johnny Carson, there has to be an Ed McMahon, and our own Dave Brown makes Lance great.
Okay. You couldn't have said it better, and I couldn't agree more that Dave is just, he shares in this plaque right here, just even though that the name happened to have been Lance Russell on it. And Jerry, we appreciate the talent and all that Eddie Marlin, and I know that you still, even though you're up there logging, play an active part in it, we really appreciate bringing the talent, everything that makes it to go put the show together, buddy.
Thank you very much, and I'm going to hang around and come back out and chat with you during.
Will you do that? Come back during one of the match and do a little commentary. Sure. We'll get a chance to talk about logging or wrestling or something. Jerry Jarrett. Okay. Well, we appreciate that very much and thank the fans. And right now, I had told you a little bit earlier, I'm going to put this prominently right in the middle, Dave. There. I don't want that thing to get lost for a fact. We're going to check in on the King, and Dave, if you can do a saw shoe or something, let me see if I can get him on the phone.
So get the telephones going here. All right, yeah, the King, of course, recovering from that burn when Eddie Gilbert threw the fire. I hear a dial tone somewhere. So, yeah. I think that says error, doesn't it? Something like that. All right. Get them all going here. Anyway, we want to check with the King. The beard had to come off and all of that sort of thing with the burn after that fireball that Eddie Gilbert threw at Lawler. So he hadn't been here for a couple of weeks, and sounds like telephone's ringing.
Yeah, we got, this is live television.
That's right.
Hello, Lance.
Yeah.
Hello, Jerry.
Yes.
How you doing, partner? We had promised the folks we want to get a little update today and check in and see how the King's going. It's been a couple of weeks now since Eddie Gilbert pulled that notorious move of his as he grabbed that ball of fire and threw it right in your face. And boy, I'll tell you, that was an incident that I know that I don't have to tell you how shocking it was, because you were on the receiving end of it. But we haven't had an update, and I did want to get one from you. How you doing now, Jerry?
Well, I'm doing a lot better, of course, than I was when you in that particular video that I'm watching there.
Yeah.
I am at home right now watching the show, Lance, and I want to congratulate you on your award that you were just presented there.
Thank you.
And I also wanted to say, that I appreciate the concern from the fans. I've had a lot of people calling, checking on me and everything, and I'm sure that Eddie Gilbert thought that he had done the King in. I've been, watching him. He's calling himself, the Legend Slayer now?
Yeah, he's going around right here. He is the Legend Slayer,
Well, I got a little news for Eddie Gilbert. This is one legend that he hasn't seen yet. And, he's going to be...
Uh-oh, wait a minute, Jerry. Here he's coming out here right now. Come on,
Wait a
Eddie.
minute. Hello, Jerry Lawler. This is hot stuff, Eddie Gilbert. And you're exactly right. I'm walking around saying I'm a Legend Slayer. And why don't you quit feeding all these people bull that you're letting the doctors keep you back? Why don't you just go ahead and say that I'm the new king around here? You're a coward. Even I burnt you so bad your own family can't recognize you. And that's the reason why you haven't come back to wrestling here.
Well, Gilbert, there's an old saying, when the cat's away, the mice will play, and I'm looking at you right now on the screen, a couple of little mice out there. Get your playing done, because I can assure you I will be back, and when I get back, all of your playing is going to come to us.
Oh, well, hold just a second. See, that's real good of you. You're always lying to the people. You're supposed to be their king, their hero, but you're always lying. Why don't you go ahead and admit for the first time in your life that you're out of action, you can't return, nobody can touch me down. I put you out, I put Bill Dundee out, I'm going to put Steve Curran out, and you're gone. You're out of wrestling for good, Lawler. Just admit it right now.
I'm not admitting anything to you, Gilbert. The only thing that I'll admit is when I get my hands on you, I promise you, I'm going to do something to you that has never been done to anybody before. I'm going to put you, and this is a promise from me to you before I'm through, I'm going to put you completely out of wrestling, and you...
Well, I think this phone call's been terminated. I don't need to talk to you anymore, Lawler. You shouldn't have been here and called anyway. Thank you very much.
Yeah. You're a real charmer. You're a real charmer.
What?
The invitation wasn't for you to come out here
It
and
does
get
not
involved.
matter. Just once again, you've shown just how partial you are towards Jerry Lawler. You come out here and you want to call him and see how well he is. Why don't you ask me how I'm doing today? Well, I'm doing great being the new king of wrestling. And I realize I've got a match coming up here right now, right, with Alan Reynolds or somebody like that.
You need to be. You need to be in the
Well,
ring.
Jerry Lawler is such a used-to-be legend, ex-legend around this area. And I understand that he holds the record for the quickest win on this television right here.
Well,
Is that
the
right?
probability is that he holds that and a lot of other records.
Well, I've said it before. I know Jerry Lawler better than anybody else. I know he's had the quickest win, and you tell me how fast it was.
I don't remember how fast. It wasn't very long.
Oh, well, okay. Oh, wait, what about you, Dave? You're the one who always keeps up with the times around here. You know how fast the win was. How fast? I bet you do.
I do know how fast it was. 22 seconds.
22 seconds.
Yep.
22 seconds?
Yeah.
Well, just to show you how much better I am than your king, I'll go in here and I'll make this the quickest win. You get your little stopwatch right there, Dave Brown and Lance Russell, and we'll just see how fast this
Okay, well, you've opened your big mouth, and now we'll just let you get in the ring, and we'll take a look at the action as it takes place in there, David.
All right, well, we'll do that. Introducing from Arkansas. Now, let me get the time going here since he's going for the record. Here we go. That's Alan Reynolds. Wow.
What did he hit?
I don't know. One punch. He had to have something in his hand there. I wonder what he hit him with.
Yeah. Yeah, I know he's going to know. I know he's going to be asking about the time on the thing. Yeah.
What's the time?
Yeah, what'd you hit him with?
Come on, tell everybody here, tell everybody watching out here. What was the time, Dave Brown?
It was 11 seconds.
11 seconds, right?
Yeah. I want to know what you hit the man with.
That right there, a good right. I hit him so hard with my right, he was begging for my left, Lance. Steve Curran is a person I think we want to talk about next.
Oh, yeah.
Since I'm the legend slayer around here, Lawler's gone forever, Dundee's gone forever, and now Steve Curran is the next victim now, and I know he may just go 11 seconds too when I wrestle him.
Well, you're talking about Steve Curran. You think maybe you're going to get Curran in 11 seconds?
That's
Well, just
right.
let me remind the folks of this.
What?
This will not be the first time this coming match that you've got with
That's
Curran
right.
that you faced him.
That's right.
I've got a
beat him
little
last time, too.
Yeah, I've got a little videotape, and you didn't exactly look like Superman in the match.
am Superman.
Let's take a look at it right now. Curran trying to get out from the cable wrapped around his neck, slugged by Eddie Gilbert. Now we're loose as Eddie Gilbert goes right on top of Curran on the metal railing. The bout has been officially stopped by the referee at the count of 10, both of them outside. And Curran fires back, slams Eddie Gilbert. They go back out into the crowd. Gilbert and Curran heading back. In the concrete out in the back, Curran and Gilbert in a wild Donnybrook. Remember, it started out with Gilbert trying to shake hands and forget the whole thing. Here comes Randy Hales, Alan Reynolds. Yeah, well, I noticed that Steve Curran was
What
still
you
swinging
noticed
when
is,
it was
Lance
over.
Russell, that Steve Curran was running from me, trying to get out of that building that night. I had to tackle him, put him down on the ground. I beat him senseless. He knows I'm the better man. I'm the true fabulous one. I'm the true king. I'm the true superstar of this area, and nobody can touch me now. All I want to know is where the title match is now, since I'm the head macho man up on top of the roof now. Nobody can touch me. Steve Curran, this time you're going to be wrestling the real king of wrestling.
Okay, well, you just tell that to Steve Curran. You'll be facing him face to face, so you just come around and tell that to him. We'll take time out. We've got more action coming up in just a moment. Light 'em up, Coliseum, Evansville, Indiana, Wednesday night. Boy, I'll tell you one thing. You stay tuned, because you're going to see one of the most explosive situations coming up in just a moment. And it leads into why the King is back. That's right. Jerry the King Lawler will be returning to the Evansville Coliseum Wednesday night to face Hot Stuff Eddie Gilbert. That's exactly the main event that you've got coming up Wednesday night. And, brother, that's not all. You're going to, in addition to that, see Eddie Marlin going against Tommy Gilbert, the loser to get 10 lashes, AWA Southern Tag title match. And in that one, Payne and Young will be defending against Jeff Jarrett and Billy Travis, former champions. And if Payne and Young don't win it, Brother Ernest is going to be passing out $1,000 to the crowd out there. Additionally, you'll be seeing the Nightmare, Ken Wayne, against Brickhouse Brown, and Steve Cox opens it up against the Hitman, Doug Gilbert. Up in the ring here in just a moment, we've got for the first time a tag team match that'll have Tommy Gilbert and Doug Gilbert together, and we'll be getting into that in just a moment. Tommy Gilbert.
Yes, sir. What do you want, Lance Russell?
Well,
Speak your piece. Come on,
speak
speak your
my
mind.
piece, and to say that I believe that you've gotten Mr. Eddie Marlin's attention, and he doesn't seem to be backing up one bit.
Eddie Marlin's attention? What's that? You
Yeah.
tell me, Lance. You tell me what. That should be a handicap match. I should give him 5 lashes on me before we ever start. Because Eddie Marlin, I want to tell you something. I'm going to beat you so bad that I won't need no handcuffs to handcuff you to no top rope. I'll be able to just take you and lay you up in the corner and whip you any way I want. Give you 5, 10, 15, or 20 lashes, brother. Do you understand that? Because I'm telling you, brother, whenever they talk about Gilbert, now that's it. You don't have to mention one certain name. You just say Gilbert, and that explains it all. Because from now on, whenever you go to bed overnight, you're going to have nightmares, Eddie Marlin. You're going to be having nightmares, brother. All you're going to see is the name Gilbert. Do you hear me? Gilbert, man. You're going to sit in your sleep. You're going to sit and you get up. And that's all you're going to ever hear is Gilbert. Gilbert, Gilbert, just have it.
Yeah, what you're telling me is you can't do it by yourself. You're going to have...
I'm telling you, I'm telling him. Do you hear me?
Yeah, you'll have the entire Gilbert family there involved in the situation.
I don't have to have nobody involved, Lance Russell. I do what I want to do when I want to do it. You understand that? I'm telling anybody, promotion or otherwise, when I do it, I do what I want to do when I do it.
Okay, fine. Well, we got a match.
You know, Lance, now you brought up a very good point here. You were bringing up family here, right?
Yeah.
Talking about myself and Doug and Missy.
Yeah, you're always, never one of you. There's always two.
You're always bringing up family. Well, I think everybody in this area knows, and I see the man standing right over here behind this camera that said he's going to come out here and do commentary with you, Jerry.
In
Well,
this
first
match.
of all, I like to talk to him, and I want to tell you, I can't believe we're talking about family here. Everybody knows that Eddie Marlin is your father-in-law. It's a big family situation right here. Hey, when I talk to
Hey,
you,
that's ancient history. Come on, Eddie.
I want to talk to him, man. He left his poor old crippled, decrepit father-in-law get in the ring with my dad. He can't even walk the ring.
Which doesn't happen to be any of your business. Yeah, well, you talk to him on your own time. We've got a match coming. Leave him alone.
He's going to be out here, so why don't he come on out
He
here?
is not out here to be involved in it. Will you get your hands off and quit this stuff?
I just want to talk to the man. I can't believe. Come here just a minute. I want to see who I'm talking to, man to man, when I talk to it. I came back here. Everybody knows that you and everybody else protect Jerry Lawler, and then you let your father-in-law go in the ring, and you have to surround him with people, your own son. You let the poor guy go in the ring against a guy like my dad who tear him apart. I can't believe you're that heartless, that cold, and that cruel.
Why don't you put a cork on it? We didn't invite you out here to try to
I
argue.
don't care if I get an invitation now. I come out here when I want to. I can't believe this man is standing back and letting him go against Eddie Marlin. Your father is too old to wrestle anyway.
Eddie takes care of himself. He doesn't have to have anybody sticking up for him or anything else.
Oh, no, he's Mr. Big Shot around here. He lives up on his big mansion in Harrisonville, Tennessee. He don't care if any of his family gets hurt. He doesn't care if his son gets hurt.
All right.
He don't care about his father-in-law.
Let me tell you one thing.
Yeah.
I'm not the matchmaker. If I was, Eddie Marlin wouldn't be wrestling because I like him too much. I wouldn't have him in the ring. And I don't have anything to do with the matchmaking. And while you're talking about people, senior citizens wrestling, why don't you retire your daddy?
Hey, come on. Get him. Come on, you guys. Come on, son. Right this side of the
Are we still on? Okay. Here comes Lance back here. Find out where we are. We got a match coming up. Can we get him in the ring? Let's go ahead. You want to go ahead and get the match started? All right. See if we can get him in here. Who's coming? Oh, it's Gilbert's coming in. Tommy and Doug. In the ring, yeah.
We don't need to see you guys anymore.
What do you mean, huh?
That's what I'm saying.
Get him
Get them out. You guys. We don't need any more of the Gilberts anymore.
All right. Well, let's hope they stay in the ring here. Tommy and Doug Gilbert are going against Scotty the Buddy and Doug Dancing. It's going to be a one-fall, 10-minute time limit match. That's Tommy Gilbert starting against Doug Dancing. The Gilberts out of Lexington, Tennessee. Doug Dancing out of Arkansas. Scotty the Body out of Palm Beach, Florida. Wow, Dancing. Ooh. You know, looking back, I'm not sure it was a good idea to start the match, looking back. With the Gilberts, the way they are running wild in here today. Doug Gilbert dumps Doug Dancing over his back. Tommy Gilbert takes over. They've got Doug Dancing in there, who is the least experienced of the two opponents. He makes the tag. Here comes Scotty DeBody in. Oh, I tell you, Gilbert took his legs away from him. Scotty back to the corner, makes the tag, and Doug Dancing comes back in, and he's greeted with a boot. All four of them in there. Scotty DeBody jumped in. There was no tag, and Doug Gilbert grabbed him, and he just threw him right out of the ring. He hammered him with a fist and then threw him between the ropes. Oh. That is 1, 2. It's over. Well, it was 1 minute 39 seconds, and the win for the Gilberts, Tommy and Doug. 1:39. Scotty DeBody, Doug Dancing gave it a good fight, but just couldn't hang in there with him to win it. So the Gilberts get the victory.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. Everybody just will make up their mind. When they see one of the Gilberts, they better look out, because there's going to be more than one of them. You're not going to get any kind of a fair break or anything else out of them. They come out here and they always end up using more than necessary. We want to talk to Eddie Marlin.
I want to talk to you, and I want to talk to Tommy Gilbert. I came out here to talk about him or me being handcuffed to the turnbuckle. That's the farthest thing away from my mind right now. Tommy Gilbert, you got out here on this TV station, and you challenged me. You said I was too old to fight. It was me and you, Tommy. Every time I got in the ring, it was another Gilbert here and another Gilbert there. That's fine. I still fought you. I'll fight you again. If the Gilberts are here or there, I'll still fight you. But he carried it one step too far. He involved my family. And when you involve my family, Tommy Gilbert, you just wait just a second. I don't care who's on the phone. When you involve my family, son, you have carried it too far. Now come out here and burn me. Burn me right now. You did my son off. I don't care who's on the phone. I'm not through talking to Tommy Gilbert. And I won't be through until you come out here, Tommy Gilbert. Come out here and burn me. Burn me here. Burn me. Don't burn my family. I don't care. When you involve my family, Dave, I can't stay. And if he's got a gut in his body, he'll bring it out right here.
I don't think we want him out here right now, Eddie, but I understand you feel it.
He can get up in that ring if he wants to, or he can come out here. But don't bother my family, I'm telling you.
Eddie, I agree with you. I agree with you. No doubt about it.
He ain't got a gut in his body. He won't come out here. Neither Gilbert's got a gut in your body.
Yeah, there's no sign of Tommy Gilbert, and Eddie, what can you say? Understandably, he's very. Have you got Jerry on the phone?
The phone's busy right now. Let me try it again.
All right. See what we got going here. One more try for Jerry. There we go.
Lance?
Yeah, Jerry, this is Lance. Yeah.
Yeah, thanks for calling back. I tried to get through. I called there just a second ago, and I got cut off.
Yeah, okay, I think we're clear now.
I'm sitting here watching the show. I saw exactly what happened. Now, I've been told that I shouldn't start back yet, but I want to tell you this. Tell Eddie Marlin, I hate that he left. I wish he was still back out there, because I'm going to tell you, I'm going to be there this week, and you can change that match.
You can change what, Jerry, who missed it with a...
He's going to see what it's...
Here's Eddie right here.
Right now, the king is not dead, brother. I will be in the ring. You change it right now, Eddie. You tell Eddie Gilbert that this week it's going to be him if he wants to call himself a king, against the real king, because I am coming.
So, Jerry, you are going to be back this week against Gilbert?
From this moment on, anytime you see me booked on a card, I'm going to be there starting right now. You tell him that.
All right. Well, I'll tell you one thing. It doesn't make me unhappy in it, and I'm sure that Randy Hales, who is handling it now, will have no problem changing the card, Eddie. Looks like you're getting some more people
That's
involved.
right, Jerry Lawler. If you take care of Eddie Gilbert, I'll guarantee you I'll do everything in my power to take care of Tommy Gilbert.
That was Eddie, Jerry. Are you still with us?
Here, Lance, let me just say, like I said, when the cat's away, the mice will play. Well, the cat is back, and all that playing is fixing to come to a screeching halt this week, brother.
Okay, Jerry the King Lawler comes back this week. Thank you, Jerry. I appreciate the interruption. I'm glad we got that information out. Okay, we'll take a break now. I'll be back in just a moment. Boy, I'll tell you what, the atmosphere is just charged, and with good reason, too. Wednesday night, Evansville Coliseum, a card that's going to be packed in one match with the most explosive atmosphere you have ever seen. Jerry the King Lawler, after a forced layout, having been severely burned by hot stuff Eddie Gilbert, is coming back regardless of what anybody says. Having burned Jerry Jarrett, Lawler says, it's my fight, my time to get in there with hot stuff Eddie Gilbert. All the conversation, the rhetoric is over with. Now it's let's get it on. And let me tell you, no wrestling match. I don't have to tell you that. It's going to be a fight coming up Wednesday night at the Evansville Coliseum. It's one of those things you're going to say, I wish I had have been there. Don't let that happen to you. Be out there Wednesday night at the Coliseum. 5 big matches on the card, including a Southern Tag title match, Eddie Marlin against Tommy Gilbert. Other action coming up Wednesday night. Be there.
Time limit already in the ring from parts unknown at 424 pounds with their manager, Boss Winters. It's Rough and Ready, and across the way at a total of 437 pounds out of Memphis, Tennessee, the Nightmare, Ken Wayne, and out of Knoxville, Tennessee, it's Ricky Nelson. This match one fall, 10-minute time limit. Jerry Calhoun, the referee. Ricky Nelson starting against Ruff. Ricky Nelson drops him back. Side suplex there, and Boss Winters yelling and screaming he was pulling tight. Oh, look at the drop kick. A good one by Rick Nelson. Knee to the midsection. Ruff battling back. He's got Nelson over in his corner, makes a tag. They double up on Nelson on the exchange. There's a cover. Oh, he got a count of 1, but that's all he could get out of it. Nelson back on his feet, back to the rope. Ready. Makes a knee lift as Nelson came off the rope. Both wrestlers go down to the mat as they run together. Nelson flips over to the corner, makes the tag, and here comes the Nightmare, Ken Wayne. Ken Wayne gets them both out of the ring. Now around behind, Ready. Takes it down to the mat, shoulders are down, counts it 2, and 3, he got it. Ken Wayne came in there, grabbed Ruff, dropped him down, had the shoulders pinned, and was able to use enough of Ruff's own body weight to help hold the shoulders down for the 3 count, and the Nightmare, Ken Wayne, and Ricky Nelson head out of here with a victory after 1 minute, 37 seconds of action, 137. The team of Rough and Ready, yeah, Boss Winter raises their hands in victory, but that's not the way it is, as a matter of fact. The win does not go to Rough and Ready. The win goes to the team of the Nightmare, Ken Wayne, and Ricky Nelson. Renegade Rampage Trivia Contest. Want to give you a couple of bits of information there. First, the winner from last week's contest And I guess this was a couple of weeks ago, the actual question was on. The question was, this is the one, you remember Missy Hyatt spoiled it because she gave the answer to one of the questions? Well, the other question was, who was Ken Wayne's nightmare partner? And the answer was, of course, Danny Davis. And the winner for this week's contest is Bill Rice. Bill Rice of Widener, Arkansas. Now, Bill wins the Renegades Rampage gift pack and all the special things that we've been telling you about the past few weeks. But as we said, perhaps the most important part is that he is now a finalist, and he will be involved in the finals, in which $500 spending money goes to the winner. You'll be flown to the site of the Renegade Rampage finals and be able to see all of that action when it comes up during the month of June. Again, Bill Rice, the winner of the Renegade Rampage Trivia Contest this week. And I think we got a new question this week, don't we?
Yes, we do. And boy, I'll tell you, that doggone grand prize, if you didn't even get a weekly prize, it'd be worth it just to have, because there are only going to be like 18 names in that thing.
Right.
See, that's all the winners that there are going to be.
New question.
Okay,
right here.
Yeah, brand new question, and I would remind you that they may be getting a little tougher as the time goes along, so you real wrestling fans are going to be the ones hanging in there. Here we go. In his career, Jerry Lawler has caused many wrestlers to have their heads shaved. Name 3. Lawler in his career caused many wrestlers to have their heads shaved. Name 3. Now, what you do is, if you think you have the correct answer, simply address an envelope to Renegades Rampage Trivia Contest, WMC 1960 Union Avenue, Memphis, Tennessee 38104. 38104 is the zip code in it. Send it in. We will take all of the winners for that particular question, and one name will be drawn out of only the winners that are sent in, and that will be the winner for the week. So there's your question, there's your address, and son of a gun, it keeps moving on. We're getting closer to that big final. We say June, but that really is not that far away.
No, it isn't.
That's why the guys are getting so interested in Renegade points right now.
Those points are starting to stack up, too.
Oh, boy, you got it. Max Payne is still leading, by the way, for the folks out there. He is still the #1 man in the point total. Okay, we're going to take time out. We'll be back with more action in just a moment. In the dark as to what this next segment is. The only thing I can say is that Brother Ernest said that as a gentleman, he gave me his word that we would not be embarrassed by this. He wants to get involved in what he calls his quiet time. So let's take a look and see what Brother Ernest has on his mind.
Oh, how great it is, because our weekly feature now on wrestling will be quiet time. This will be a time where there's you, myself, the good book, and it's just a time for us to be quiet together. You know, so many times we pick up the television or pick up a newspaper or look at a television set, nothing but violence. And this is a time where we all can be quiet together. You know, when I first came here, I came here and said I was going to clean up wrestling. I just want you to know how proud I am of the members of my coalition and what they've done to clean up wrestling and make it, once again, an all-American sport. You know, donations are coming from all over for my coalition for building Wrestling USA, the greatest complex that will ever be built. 24-hour wrestling, a theme park, a 22-story hotel, a retirement center. I'd just like to read you a letter from a lady I got this week. It says, "Dear Brother Angel, I want you to know I'm a divorcee. I have 4 small children, but I've taken on a second job. Right here enclosed, you'll find the first check that I got from my second job to support what you're doing in wrestling." Well, my friend, I just want to close and say I do need your donations, and I'd like for you to send them to me in care of this station. And, you know, if you feel like it right now, go to the television set, put your hand on it, just feel it, just say what you want to say through the television set. And right now we'll close with a little quiet time with you, me, and the good book.
He says, say what you want to say. I don't think we could really say what we want to say.
That's true. That's true.
Okay. We got a 6-man tag match. Get him in there.
Well,
Boy, they're starting to assemble.
boy, I tell you. Right time, yeah. This should be quite a match here. Six-man tag team action. We've got on one side of the ring Don Bass, Brickhouse Brown, and one of the former choir boys out of Brother Ernest Angel's stable, Mr. Adonis, is going to be in there. Across the way, it's the Zebra Warriors from parts unknown, and they are teaming up today with Ken Raper. This six-man tag team match about to get underway. It's going to be one of the Zebra Warriors starting against Brickhouse Brown. Brickhouse out of Miami, Florida. Back into action.
I think it's worthy of comment. It's been a time since Brickhouse has been back with us.
Yeah, it's been some time, not long enough, but it has been a while.
Sentiments exactly. Don Bass taking over. Very agile and athletic pair, the Zebra Warriors. Tag on Terry Adonis, who's in there with the Zebra Warrior #1. And Adonis. A couple of arm drags takes him around the ring. The referee steps in and says, let him get out of the corner. And look at Adonis, who picked him up, slammed his head into the knee of Brickhouse. And now Brickhouse takes over, double clothesline, and the Zebra Warrior down hard.
Well, they really got him with a good one there. They were set. And the Zebra Warrior ran right into it in the wrong place. Brickhouse Brown losing no time, seizing the advantage. Over to the corner now. He tags Big Don Bass. Bass weighs 303 out of Greasy Corner, Arkansas.
Yeah, that's where he's from, Greasy Corner.
Zebra Warriors have just made a tag. Don Bass released one of them and turned and went to work on the other. Terry Adonis coming back in after he's tagged by Bass.
Bass, who laughingly goes under the name of the Singing Cowboy.
Yeah.
If Bobby Bear ever stops making records, he's out of business.
That's true.
Boy, I am really delighted that the King has made the decision that he is going to be back, and I mean now. He is ready to do it. He'd been in action today if he were here. I think Brother Gilbert may have a little surprise. He starts playing head games with other members of his family involved. Lawler's not unknown to those type of things himself. Big backdrop from Adonis on Ken Raper. Here comes Don Bass. Whips Raper in. Caught him with that whole axe of a broad arm and clotheslined him. Ooh. Brickhouse drops off the ropes on Ken Raper. 1, 2, 3. That's all you all.
Another great win by the coalition. Isn't it wonderful, Brother Lee?
I think you had a marvelous idea with that quiet time, Brother Ernest. Why don't you go be quiet right now? What was the time on that?
Time on it was 2:52. 2:52, Bass, Brickhouse Brown, and Terry Adonis get the win.
Okay, we're going to take time out. We've got more action coming up. We'll be getting to Max Payne and Georgia Scary Young coming up in just a little bit. Boy, I'll tell you what, the atmosphere is just charged, and with good reason, too. Wednesday night, Evansville Coliseum, a card that's going to be packed in one match with the most explosive atmosphere you have ever seen. Jerry the King Lawler, after a forced layout, having been severely burned by Hot Stuff Eddie Gilbert, is coming back regardless of what anybody says. Having burned Jerry Jarrett, Lawler says, it's my fight, my time to get in there with Hot Stuff Eddie Gilbert. all the conversation, the rhetoric is over with. Now it's let's get it on. And let me tell you, no wrestling match. I don't have to tell you that. It's going to be a fight coming up Wednesday night at the Evansville Coliseum. It's one of those things you're going to say, I wish I had been there. Don't let that happen to you. Be out there Wednesday night at the Coliseum. 5 big matches on the card, including a Southern Tag title match. Eddie Marlin against Tommy Gilbert. Other action coming up Wednesday night. And here they come, the AWA Southern Tag Champions, Gorgeous Gary Young and Max Payne, accompanied by Moneybags' brother Ernest Angel. Brother Ernest, he disappeared off into the wild blue. I wanted to verify, but he told me before if these guys don't win, he's going to be throwing $1,000 out to the people right here in the studio audience, Davey.
That's right, and he's going against a rugged tag team. They have proven that they can beat tough competition. Talking about the guys in there right now at a total weight of 500 pounds, Ron and Don Bruce out of Apopka, Florida. Going against them at a total of 548 pounds from Houston, Texas, Gorgeous Gary Young. And from Salt Lake City, Utah, Max Payne. This match will be to the expiration of time. Jerry Calhoun, the referee, and over in the corner of Gorgeous Gary Young and Max Payne, it's Brother Ernest with the $1,000.
Yeah, boy, we will in fact ring it. And who's starting out? Gorgeous Gary Young. And he will be starting out against Ron Bruce.
Ron and Don, identical twins.
That's why I say Ron. I mean, hey, I don't know, but who else does?
I think you're right. I think that is Ron. He's starting out, and Gorgeous Gary Young backed into the turnbuckles. Referee stepped in between them.
So they upset these guys right here on this television not more than 2 or 3 weeks back.
They did
and
indeed.
Won the Southern Tag belts.
Took those belts.
They lost them back, but son of a gun, they had a moment of glory for a young team. We were tickled to death.
They are championship wrestlers, so they can say that forevermore. Gorgeous Gary Young, victim of a standing wrist lock here by Don Bruce. Beg your pardon, Ron Bruce. Well, Young seizes the advantage, but he does it by seizing the hair.
Yeah. Ron definitely with the height. The Bruce brothers are about 6'5", 6'6", and that height is a great advantage on a standing top wrist lock. No question about that. And he had a Gorgeous Gary Young going away. He didn't want to go. He just reached up and grabbed the hair. Now he's got a standing side headlock on Ron. Ron is close enough. If he is inclined. Well, he isn't now. I was going to say he could have tagged on. Over Young tags Max Payne, and here comes the CWA heavyweight champion. Big guy from Salt Lake City, Utah.
Heavyweight champions. Heavyweight champions. The belt. The belt.
Right.
Yeah, Brother Angel verifying that his team has the Southern Tag Team belts. Tell you what, heavyweight champion just found himself parked on the mat there. There's a tag made, and here comes Don Bruce in for the first time today. Don wraps up the left arm. A big Max Payne. Payne with the right fist doubled up. Referee was there to say, keep the hand open.
That's Don taking over, and I tell you, this team has improved more in a shorter period of time than any team I've seen in a long time, Dave. Every week that goes by, you just see they have managed one more facet of being really championship wrestling material. They're really looking good.
Speaks well for them. Says they're learning from their matches, which, well, you do that, you're gonna come right back to that championship caliber very, very quickly.
Boy, oh boy. What nice guys, too. These fellas are just, you know, I almost, missing. Hey, got him on a double elbow as he came off the rope. Big drop kick on Max Payne. Don Bruce and Ron Bruce. I call that taking advantage of a situation before it is taken unto you.
That's right. Or if it's going to be 2 against 1, you might as well be one of the 2, right?
Yeah. Don Bruce dumps him with a backdrop, and now Don is over with Max Payne, and Ron comes in with gorgeous Gary Young. So we've got them all 4 in the middle of the ring. Remember, the crowd can end up benefiting today if the Bruce brothers can keep up the pace and get a win. They did it once. If they can get a win over these guys.
Down on the floor, Ron Bruce going against Max Payne. In the ring, it's Don against gorgeous Gary Young. Don going for a sleeper. Look out, referee out trying to get them separated on the floor. And Brother Ernest, meanwhile, in the ring, nails Don with the good book. Sends the referee in who starts the count. The count is now at 3, and this one is over for the first fall. 4 minutes, 17 seconds, and Brother Ernest is $1,000 secure.
Yeah, I'll tell them all about how I hit him in the head with a book in there. You think I'm blind?
All of a sudden, the realization is right in front of you, punk. All the losers in Memphis, you're seeing it.
The Bruce brothers grab some of the money Brother Ernest had. They're throwing it out to the crowd. Max Payne, gorgeous Gary Young, jump up in there and nailed them. Ron and Don, we were sitting here listening to all the conversation with Payne and gorgeous Gary Young. The Bruce brothers grabbed a handful of money, threw it out into the crowd out there. When Payne and Young got him from behind, they cut off the pleasure of the people as they stopped them from throwing any more of that money out in there. And
Well, look.
I see some guys holding up some bills
folks
out
got
there.
some money out of it.
Yeah. Hey, Jay, it's tax deductible. You ought to know something about that, Brother Ernest. Okay, we're taking a break. We got to go. You guys will have to worry about it some other way. Well, the Bruce brothers got a hat on their match, but at least the crowd got a little bit of the money in there. We had, in spite of the Gilberts, a pretty good show today, as a matter of fact.
Yeah, we did. Well, it started off with Eddie Gilbert coming out here with Missy Hyatt, and he said, he was going to set the new record, all that. He knew Lawler held the record for the quickest pin, and he was going to beat the record today, and he did. He pinned his opponent, Alan Reynolds, in 11 seconds, but he hit him with something besides just a fist. I don't know what it was.
Get that right.
Then a little bit later on, of course, it was all the Gilberts out here, and it just maybe one of the most ridiculous things we've ever seen, where they burned Jerry Jarrett. Eddie threw the fire right in his face.
Caught him right on the side.
Yeah, got him right in the side of the face, and they got Jerry out of here and getting him checked out, and we hope that things work out well as that goes. Doug and Tommy then jumped in the ring, and as if nothing had happened, they just went right in the ring and won that match. Ken Wayne, the Nightmare, Ricky Nelson won their match. Don Bass, Terry Adonis, and Brickhouse Brown got a win today, and it was Max Payne and Gary Young winning with the help of Brother Ernest over Ron and Don Bruce.
Well, I got to tell you one thing. It proved again today that CWA Wrestling, you better be ready. And I mean at all times. You, me, Eddie, anybody, look out, because it's rough and tough, and it is every single week. By golly, our time is just about up. We're looking for you next week. Until we see you at that time, for Dave Brown, Lance Russell saying bye-bye, everybody.
The announcers on this program are selected and paid by parties other than this station, namely the promoter.